Good evening, Mr. Mayor, council members. So today we're bringing back to you the ordinance reference to the residential restrictions on sexual offenders and predators. Madam Clerk, can you read that title?
Yes, it's an ordinance of the City of Crestview, Florida, establishing Chapter 55, Sexual Offenders and Sexual Predators, providing for authority, providing for severability, providing for scrivener's errors, providing for liberal interpretation, providing for conflicts, and providing for an effective date.
So this is something that I was asked to look into a little earlier in the year. We researched several different ordinances from different places in Florida and presented you to the one that we felt was best suited for the city of Crestview. We gave you a draft of it at last council meeting during the city manager's comments, and there were a couple of areas that needed to be adjusted. Mr. Mayor brought to attention that one item was in the restrictions but not the exceptions, and so we fixed that. We went ahead and based on the direction I believe we were given, we made it a 1,500 foot distance from the prohibitive locations, and that's the item that you have before you now. If there's any additional questions or anything, I'll be happy to answer.
Well, yeah, as you know, yeah, we did have the draft last time. This is only the first reading, but you had an opportunity to look at it. It's very much like the draft with the couple of changes you made. So let's go ahead and see if we have any questions or comments for the chief at this time.
Mr.
Go ahead, Councilman Bullard.
I'm reading the top and I see 1,000 feet and then 1,500 feet in the top of the resolution. So
The top is the actual state statute.
oh, I see. Okay. My apologies. I thought we were mirroring that. I was like, what are we changing here? Thank you for that clarification. The second thing that I wanted to mention was I've been able to, since the last meeting when I was pretty against us passing this for various reasons. One of which was that there's really no evidence that this is going to be effective at preventing them from coming to our city. What it's going to do is prevent them from being documented in our city. So now we, according to the research I did, is that we would have undocumented sex offenders. However, since that time, I've spoken with the chief, briefly spoke with Tim about it, and my thoughts really haven't changed on that. I'm kind of afraid of us causing now sex offenders to be more vagrant, living in the woods, being undocumented, things like that. But my conversations with the chief have kind of persuaded me in the direction of right now with, I think, and I might obscure some numbers here, like 88 offenders or something in the city. And while we can't boot those 88 out, nor do we want to, well, we do, but okay. What it will do is it will prevent any more from living documented in the city. So what we're going to do is we're going to criminalize them from living in the city, which is a great thing to do, okay, basically the entire city. And if they're undocumented, if they're in the woods, then, that's failure to register, that's more county stuff and things like that. I also thought about one other thing that wasn't said, which is, the unfortunate part of being on council is we can't talk to other council members, but it was, the emotion that I saw from Councilman Capps last time and just how passionate he was about this. And, I couldn't visit that with him directly outside of these public meetings. But I mean, if I can prevent just one sex offender from moving into the city, or we can dwindle those numbers and have the chief's people go after them, I'm pretty much for it. So I appreciate those conversations, and I appreciate the conversation from last time, and I support this resolution.
Do we have any other comments or questions? Seeing none, I call for action, please.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, I have a motion and a second to approve ordinance 1950. Do we have any other discussions on that? Seeing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Those opposed? Motion carries 5-0. Thank you, Chief.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.